Hello, welcome back. This is Anil Sharma, motivational speaker, corporate trainer, and life coach. Today, I'm going to talk about a very serious and very unfortunate issue that is haunting corporates all across India. Why young professionals are killing themselves? Why young professionals, due to extreme pressure, due to harassment on part of top management or senior management, are giving their life, are committing suicide. On May 8th, 2025, 25-year-old Nikhil Somvanshi, who was working at OLAs AI wing Kritrim at Bangalore, his dead body was found in Agara Lake in Bangalore. And on May 7th, while leaving his PG, he left a chilling message to his roommate, and the message read, "Please tell my parents I died in road accident." That was a chilling message. When his roommate got this message, he started frantically searching for him, and next day in the morning of 8th of May 2025, his dead body was found in Bangalore Lake. Well, this is not the first incident. There are a plethora of cases that happen every day in different corporations, different organizations all across India. I guess these must be happening all across the world, but today, through this video, I am going to talk only about India. In May 2023, 36-year-old Axis Bank relationship manager, I won't name her, she was based at Noida and she committed suicide, and the reason was cited: her senior, her team lead, her team manager was harassing her, calling her bandariya, calling her, divorcee. She couldn't tolerate it, and when things went out of control, she found no way to get out of it and she committed suicide. In July 2024, 39-year-old techie based at Pune, he also died by suicide. He jumped off a 16th floor of a 16th story building where he was living. Well, these are some of the cases. These are eye openers for us that why young professionals are killing themselves, why corporate environment, why environment in organizations have become so toxic, why top management, instead of supporting, instead of cooperating, instead of being a stimulus for growth of employees, has become their principal chief tormentor. So I try to dig little deeper into this issue and try to find out why these kind of incidents are happening and what companies can do to improve environment, what companies can do to save young professionals, save young lives which are being cut loose. Well, when I delve a bit deeper into the issue and try to figure out why these kind of unfortunate happenings are haunting corporate India, I found out three main important reasons. What are those three main important reasons? Reason number one: toxic work culture. Unfortunately, in most of the organizations today, the work culture has become so toxic that it is very difficult to survive for a long period of time. It may also result, it does result in high rate of attrition. When I talk toxic work culture, what is a toxic work culture? Toxic work culture is a culture in a company that is rife with groupism, that is rife with power politics, that is rife with favoritism, and most importantly, insecurity on part of seniors, insecurity on part of top management. There is a famous saying: leaders lead people, but managers, they lead tasks and they lead teams. So leaders, they focus on people, they focus on their growth, they focus on their nurturement, they focus on their skill enhancement, but managers, they restrict themselves only to achievement of task. And if your team is not on the same page, if your people do not buy your vision, then managers often resort to coercion, power tactics, and pressure tactics to get the work done. I have seen in many organizations people whom they call teams. They are not teams, they are people huddled together to achieve some common objectives, because there is no understanding, there is no common understanding, there is no common vision among people, and they call themselves a team. It is not a team. It is a work group that has been huddled together to achieve some common objective. There are serious gaps among the people, but managers do not bother to address these kind of issues, and that's why it results in toxic work culture. That's why it results in extreme work pressure, missing deadlines, and all sorts of things. Insecurity on part of managers, insecurity on part of seniors is one of the main reasons of giving rise to toxic work culture. So companies, organizations should focus on leadership development program. They should identify leaders, they should identify people who can work in such a way that they inspire people. They work in such a way that they cooperate, they create teams, they bring all people on the same page, they They convince their people to buy the vision of the organization or to buy the vision of the top management. And when your team is on the same page, when all the people buy your vision, then there will be no work pressure, there will be no workload, there will be no missing deadlines, and your team will become an effective machinery that delivers the best. And toxic work culture is one of the main reasons. Credit hungry managers, blame game, passing the buck, all kind of things that result in toxic work culture. And when toxic work culture does become the routine in any organization, good employees, talented employees leave the organization, resulting in high attrition rate, and ultimately in extreme cases such kind of unfortunate incidents also may happen. This is reason number one. Reason number two is lack of effective communication. When I say effective communication, it means communication about the person. Normally, what I have observed, communication between a senior and a junior who is working on a project, who is working on a task, very rarely that communication takes place. And whenever that communication takes place, it is mainly about the task, it is mainly about the project. But seniors, leaders, seniors, top managers should take pain to talk about the problem that person might be facing, talk about any support that person might be needing, that person might be requiring, talk about any kind of suggestion that person is raring to give. And he should be open, he should have ears to listen to that, and he should be open to accept and appreciate if that advice is worth taking. So effective communication is one of the key ingredients of creating a positive congenial work culture in any organization, and managers, leaders should take pains to talk effectively, to talk regularly, to talk empathetically. I'm repeating the word, to talk empathetically to their people, and to create such teams that the whole team is on the same page and they 100% buy your vision. So effective communication. Companies, organizations should ensure effective communication. Communication effectively cascades from top to bottom, and communication not only about the project, not only about the task, about the support that person might be requiring, about the problems, obstacles that person might be facing. This is effective communication. When effective communication does happen, gaps go away, gaps are filled, and people are motivated, people come on the same page. This is reason number two. Last reason number three, but not the least. Last but not the least, reason number three, an equally important reason is stop viewing people as robots, start treating them as humans. Unfortunately, this has become the norm of the day in most of the organizations all over India and all across the world. Companies, organizations treat you as robot. You are given a task, no matter how problems you are facing, how many difficulties you come across, what sort of obstacles you come across, it is none of my concern, it is none of my business. You go and do the task. There is no support system, there is no empathetic communication with you. See what is happening in corporates in China. There is no place for empathy, there is no place for voicing your concern, there is no place for opening up and express your thoughts. If the task is not done, you will be humiliated badly, you will be fired, and in extreme cases you might be executed as well. Yes, you heard it right, you might be executed in corporates in China. So in India also, organizations, companies should learn that the most important asset for any company are not the process, are not the systems, are not the machines, are not the services, are not the products, but the people, from top to bottom, people who are working day out and day night to make this organization function, to make this organization run, to make this organization a good, profitable organization. So management, managers, top management has the responsibility of treating people as human beings. Let them voice their concern, let them express their thoughts of what they think about the work culture, what they think about the project on which they are working. So most important thing is, organizations should invest in the development, organization should invest in the learning, organization should invest in the well-being, organization should invest in the growth of its employees, and periodically they should assess what kind of problems employees are facing. Periodically there must be a system, in place that periodically assess any kind of problem, any kind of challenges, any kind of support system require, any kind of learning opportunities require, any kind of training require, so that employee feel engaged, employee feel involved, and he feels motivated. Otherwise what happens, after 2 or 3 years people feel burnout, they go through a burnout syndrome, and they ultimately decide that this is not a place worth working, and they put in their papers and they leave the organization, resulting in high attrition rate. and in certain extreme cases, like in the case of Nikhil Somvanshi, due to extreme work pressure, he committed suicide and gave away his life. So I think these are three important reasons managers, leaders should focus on reducing the toxicity in the workplace. They should focus on creating a congenial environment. They should focus on creating a system that promotes effective, top to bottom effective communication with people. Communication not only about the task but about the person, about the individual. And then a culture should be developed, a culture should be promoted that sees people as people, living people, not as humans, not as humanoids, not as robots. If organization focus on these three important reasons, I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident that there will be substantial changes in a positive way. I hope you would have liked the video. If you did like the video, press the bell icon, like, subscribe and share. And thank